Hello and welcome. I am so glad you're here today. Today, we need to talk about a very big problem. It is a problem that makes many English learners feel sad. It makes many people feel like giving up. Let me ask you a question. Do you read English articles easily? Do you listen to English videos and understand almost everything? It feels great, right? You feel happy. You feel like you are making progress. But then something happens. You meet someone. They ask you a simple question in English. Now, it is your turn to speak. You want to answer. You know the words in your head. You open your mouth to speak, and nothing. Nothing comes out. Your mind goes completely blank. The words you knew just 5 minutes ago are gone. They are hiding somewhere. You feel your face get warm. You feel stressed. You feel frustrated. You ask yourself, why does this happen to me? Why is my memory so bad? Why do I forget everything when I need it most? I want you to take a deep breath. It is okay. You are not failing. There is nothing wrong with your brain. You do not have a bad memory. You are just using the wrong system to learn. When you study English, you cannot just collect words like dry leaves. English is not a math problem. It is not a list of rules in a dusty book. English is a living tool. It is something you do, not just something you know. Today, we are going to change your system. I am going to share 7 simple lessons with you. These are 7 easy secrets that will change how you practice. They will help you stop forgetting. They will make English stay in your head and come out of your mouth naturally. If you want to practice these ideas later, you can find a helpful worksheet on my website. It is there to help you use what you learned today. Now, let us start with our very first lesson. Lesson 1. Stop collecting lonely words. Let us look at the first big mistake. Many people do this every single day. They open a notebook. They write down a list of new words. They write a word on one side. They write the translation on the other side. But these words are lonely. A lonely word is a word with no friends. It is a word without a sentence. It just sits there on the paper, cold and quiet. For example, you learn the word busy. You write it down. You memorize it. Busy means having a lot of work to do. You think, okay, now I know this word. But then you try to speak. You want to tell someone you have no time. You freeze. Your brain starts asking questions. Do I say, I busy? Or do I say, I have busy? Or maybe, I am busy. You do not know. You feel stuck. You feel confused. You lose your confidence. This happens because the word is lonely. It has no context. It has no home. So, here is the secret. Stop collecting lonely words. Collect useful sentences instead. Instead of writing just busy, write down 3 simple sentences. You can write, I'm too busy today. You can write, are you busy right now? You can write, she is busy with work. Look at what happens now. You are not just learning one word. You are learning grammar. You are learning how the verb changes. I am busy. You are busy. She is busy. You are also learning the correct preposition. You do not say busy at work. You say busy with work. And most importantly, you are learning the natural rhythm. I am too busy today. Sounds smooth. It sounds real. Let us look at another example. The word is forget. It is a very common word. But do not just write Forget. Write down 3 real situations. I always forget names. I forgot my phone. Don't forget your keys. This is beautiful. With one word, you just learned 3 different grammar forms. You learned the present simple. I always forget. You learned the past simple. I forgot. And you learned how to give a warm reminder. Don't forget. Every time you find a new word, do not let it stay alone. Give it some friends. Put it in a simple sentence. Ask yourself 3 easy questions. What is a simple sentence with this word? What is a simple question with this word? What is a past sentence with this word? If you do this, your brain will start to see English as a living system. It is not a dusty dictionary in your head. It is sentences in your mouth. So, remember this first lesson. Stop collecting lonely words and start collecting living sentences. Lesson 2. Give grammar a real job. Let us talk about grammar. Why does grammar feel so hard and so boring? It is because you study grammar like a science. You open a thick book. You see names like present perfect, past continuous, or passive voice. These names are cold. They are dry. They do not mean anything to your life. You memorize the formula: subject plus have plus past participle. You write it down 10 times. But when you want to speak, you freeze. You forget everything. Your brain feels heavy with rules, but your mouth stays closed. The secret to remembering grammar is simple. You must give grammar a real job. You must connect it to a real moment in your day. Grammar is not a math problem. It is a tool to show your feelings and your actions. Let us look at 3 small moments in a normal day. Imagine you are in your kitchen. It is morning. You are making a cup of coffee. Do not just make the coffee in silence. Use grammar to describe your life. Say to yourself, I am going to make coffee. This is the future with going to. It is not a rule in a textbook anymore. It is the warm smell of coffee in your kitchen. It is real. It has a job. Now, imagine you are driving to work. You look out the window. You see the gray sky. Say to yourself, it is raining today. Yesterday, it was sunny. Look at that. You are practicing the present continuous and the past simple. You are comparing today and yesterday. You are using grammar to describe your real world. Let us look at one more moment. This is a very common situation. You are sitting at your desk. You finish a long report. Your phone rings. It is your friend. They ask, do you want to get lunch? You say, yes, I have finished my work. This is the present perfect. Many learners hate the present perfect. They think it is too difficult. But in this moment, the grammar has a clear job. It tells your friend, I finished my work, and now I am free to go out. You do not need to think about the formula. You only think about the feeling of being free. Grammar loves a home. It loves a context. If you keep grammar inside a textbook, it will run away. It will disappear from your mind. But if you attach it to your morning coffee, or your drive to work, or a phone call, it stays. It becomes a part of your daily life. So, when you study a new grammar rule, do not stop at the formula. Ask yourself 3 simple questions. When will I say this in my real day? Who will I say this to? How does this sentence make me feel? Give your grammar a job today, and it will never leave you. Lesson 3. Build your mouth memory. Have you ever noticed something strange when you try to speak English? Your brain knows exactly what you want to say. You can see the words clearly in your mind, but when you open your mouth, your tongue feels heavy. The words get stuck behind your teeth. It feels like your mouth is moving through thick mud. This is a very common feeling, and it happens for a simple reason. Speaking a new language is not just a mental game, it is a physical action. Think about playing a sport. Imagine you want to learn how to play basketball. You can read 10 books about basketball. You can watch videos of professional players every day. You can understand all the rules perfectly. But does that mean you can throw the ball into the net on your first try? No, of course not. Your hands do not know the feeling of the ball. Your muscles do not know how to move. To play basketball, you must actually throw the ball. You must train your body. English is exactly the same. Your brain has a memory, but your mouth has a memory too. We call this mouth memory. If you only read English silently, you are only training your mind. You are neglecting your muscles. Your tongue, your lips, and your throat need to practice the physical movements of English. Let us look at a very common sentence. What do you want to do? You probably understand every single word in this sentence. It is very simple. But when you try to say it quickly, it can feel difficult. Your tongue gets tied. So, how do we train our mouth memory? We start very slow. We say the words one by one. What do you want to do? We feel our tongue moving. We feel our lips changing shape. What do you want to do? Then we make it a little smoother. What do you want to do? And then we try the natural speed. Native speakers often blend these words together. It sounds like, what do you want to do? Do not worry about being super fast. Just feel the music of the sentence. Every sentence in English has its own special music. Some words are strong, some words are weak. In this sentence, the strong words are want and do. What do you want to do? Hear the rhythm. It is like a heartbeat. Let us try another sentence. I don't know what to say. If we try to say this all at once, it might feel too long. So, we break it into small pieces. I don't know what to say. Now, we put the pieces together. I don't know what to say. We feel the physical movement. We say it 3 times. We say it 5 times. Your mouth is like a muscle. The more you use it, the easier it becomes. Next time you learn a beautiful new sentence, do not just read it with your eyes. Say it out loud. Speak it to the walls. Speak it to your mirror. Feel the shape of the words. Your English memory is not just in your head. It lives in your mouth, your ears, and your whole body. Train your mouth, and the words will flow. Lesson 4. The magic of grammar switching. How do you usually study grammar? Maybe you spend a whole week on just one rule. You study the past tense on Monday. You study it on Tuesday. You study it all through the week. Then, the next week, you study the future tense. This feels organized. It feels very safe. But there is a big problem with this method. Real life does not work this way. When you talk to a real person, the conversation moves very fast. It changes direction like a leaf in the wind. 1 second, you're talking about what you did yesterday. The next second, you're talking about your plans for tomorrow. If your brain is rigid, it will break. A rigid brain is like a dry stick. It cannot bend. When the conversation changes, a rigid brain gets confused. You freeze. You need a flexible brain. A flexible brain is like a green branch. It can bend without breaking. It can change direction easily and quickly. You can train your brain to be flexible with a simple game. I call this game grammar switching. It is very simple, and it is actually very fun. You start with one basic sentence. Let us choose a very easy one. I like tea. Now, we play. We change this sentence into different times. Say it for yesterday. I liked tea when I was a child. Say it for the future. I am going to drink some tea tonight. Now, make it negative. I do not like strong tea. Now, turn it into a question. Do you like tea? Now, add a polite wish. I would like some tea, please. Look at what you just did. You did not study 5 different chapters in a grammar book. You took one simple idea and you moved it through time. This is how you build real confidence. You are training your brain to move fast. Let us try it with another simple sentence. She watches videos. Now, let us switch it. She watched the video yesterday. She's going to watch a video tonight. She does not watch videos in the morning. Does she watch English videos? She wants to watch a short video. This is incredibly powerful. You're not building a completely new sentence from zero every time. You are using one base and just changing the small pieces. This makes your speaking much faster. You do not need to think about boring rules. You just feel the change. So, do not get stuck in one grammar box. Play the switching game every day. Make your brain flexible, and speaking will feel like a fun game, not a difficult test. Lesson 5. Listen and make it simple. Let us talk about listening. You listen to a native speaker. You listen to a movie. You listen to a podcast. You hear a very long sentence. It has big words. It has fast sounds. You think, I must copy that exactly. You think, I must speak just like them. But when you try, you feel stressed. You feel stupid. You feel like your English is too weak. This is too much pressure. You do not need to copy every word. You do not need to be a tape recorder. Your job is to understand the idea and then make it simple. This is a secret technique. I call it listen and make it simple. How does it work? You hear a native speaker say, I am absolutely exhausted after that long flight. That is a long sentence. Exhausted is a hard word. Do not worry. Pause the audio. Ask yourself, what does this mean? It means they're very tired. So, say that. Say, I am very tired after my trip. Look at what you did. You took their big sentence, you made it your own, you used simple words, you still share the same meaning, but now you feel safe. You feel confident. Let us try another one. You hear, that sounds like an incredible opportunity. Incredible opportunity. Those are big words. They are hard to say fast. What does it mean? It means, that is a good idea. Or, that is great. So, say your own simple version. Say, that is a great idea. You hear, I need to contemplate this decision for a while. Contemplate. What a heavy word. Make it simple. Say, I need to think about it. You hear, I usually grab a quick breakfast before work. You say, I eat a fast breakfast before work. Every time you do this, you connect listening to speaking. You hear natural English. You process it. You speak simple English.
You do not need to repeat every word like a robot. You are a human. You have your own voice. When you make English simple, you remove the fear. You realize you can talk about anything. You can use simple words to explain big ideas. So, next time you listen, do not try to copy. Listen, pause, and make it simple. Lesson 6. Create your personal mistake map. Most people feel terrible when they make a mistake. You say the wrong word, and you feel your face turn red. You think, "Oh no, I made a mistake. My English is bad." You want to hide your face. You want to close your notebook. But I want to tell you a secret. Your mistakes are not your enemies. They are actually your best friends. They are like small signs on the road. They point you in the right direction. Many learners try to study everything in English. They try to learn every rule in the grammar book. This is a waste of time. You do not need to fix every mistake in the world. You only need to fix your mistakes. This is why you need a personal mistake map. A mistake map is a special notebook. It is different from a normal vocabulary list. It is a map of your own personal errors. For example, do you always forget the letter S when you speak about another person? You say, "She like coffee," but you know the correct way is, "She likes coffee. This is a habit." It is not that you do not know the rule. Your brain just forgets it in the moment. So, you write this down in your mistake map. You write the wrong sentence and write the correct sentence next to it. She like coffee? No. She likes coffee. Yes. Now, you write 2 more real examples. My brother works at home. My sister studies English. Maybe your problem is not grammar. Maybe your problem is pronunciation. Do you say tree when you want to say 3? You write it down. You draw a little tree and write the number 3. You practice the difference for just 1 minute. 3 things, 3 books, 3 days. Your mistake map should have 3 simple parts. The first part is for grammar mistakes. The second part is for pronunciation mistakes. The third part is for words or phrases you always forget. This map is beautiful because it is about you. It is not about some random person in a textbook. It shows you exactly where you need to practice. It makes your studies smart and fast. Do not feel sad when you find a mistake. Feel happy. It means you found a way to get better. Keep your map small. Look at it for just 5 minutes every day. Fix one small thing at a time. Soon, you will see real progress, and those mistakes will disappear forever. Lesson 7. The 24-48-7 method. Let us look at a big secret of the human brain. Your brain is incredibly smart, but it is also very busy. It has a lot of work to do every single second. Because of this, your brain is built to forget. Think of your memory like a paper cup. This cup has a tiny hole in the bottom. When you learn a new English sentence, you pour fresh water into the cup. The cup is full. You feel happy. You think, "I will remember this forever." But then, you go to sleep. The next day, some of the water has leaked out. The sentence feels a little blurry. 2 days later, more water is gone. After 1 week, The cup is completely empty. The sentence is gone. You look at your notebook and think, did I really study this? This is completely normal. It happens to everyone, but you can trick your brain. You can plug the hole in the cup. You do this with a simple timing system. I call it the 24-48-7 method. When you learn something useful, you must meet it again at 3 specific times. First, you review it after 24 hours. This is when the memory starts to get weak. You look at the sentence again. You say it out loud. You pour fresh water back into the cup. Second, you review it after 48 hours. This second review is very powerful. It tells your brain, look at this again. This information is important. Third, you review it after 7 days. When you meet this sentence for the third time after 1 week, something amazing happens. Your brain stops trying to throw it away. Your brain says, wait, we're using this sentence a lot. It must be very important for our survival. Let us lock it in the permanent storage. This is how you build long-term memory. You do not need to study for hours. You just need to review for 2 minutes. At the right time, choose one simple pattern. For example, I'm going to. Use it today. Review it tomorrow. Say it again in 2 days. Use it in a longer sentence next week. This simple habit will save you hundreds of hours. You will stop studying the same things over and over. You will lock the language in your mind, and it will be there when you need it. Let us bring all of these beautiful ideas together. Imagine you have just one simple sentence. I am going to practice English tonight. Let us look at how powerful this one sentence can be when we use our 7 secrets. First, it is not a lonely word. It is a full, living sentence. It has a home. Second, it has a real job. It is connected to your real plans for tonight. It is not a dry rule on a page. Third, we train your mouth memory. We do not just read it, we say it. I am going to practice English tonight. I am going to practice English tonight. Feel the rhythm. Feel the music. Fourth, we switch the grammar. You say, I practiced English yesterday. You say, I do not practice English at night. You say, do you practice English every day? Your brain becomes flexible, quick, and ready. Fifth, we make it simple. If you hear someone say, I plan to dedicate some time to language acquisition this evening, you do not panic. You just say, I am going to practice English tonight. You make it easy. You make it yours. Sixth, we check your mistake map. Maybe you used to say, I going to practice, but you fixed it. You know it is, I am going to practice. You feel proud of your progress. And seventh, you use the timing method. You say this sentence today, you review it tomorrow, you say it again in 2 days, and you use it next week. This is how one simple sentence can change everything. This is how you make English a permanent part of your life. You see, you do not need perfect English. Perfection is a myth. It does not exist. You just need English that is ready, English that is flexible, English that comes back to you when you open your mouth. You can do this. I know you can. If you want to practice these 7 secrets today, please go to my website. You can download the worksheet for this episode. It is completely free, and it will help you take your first steps. Thank you so much for listening today. Keep going, keep trying, and never give up. I will see you next time. Bye for now.